They're fast, smart, and dangerously unpredictable. Wild boars don't just survive, they dominate the terrain. Every forest, every gully, every field they enter becomes their battlefield. Boars aren't prey. They're fighters, built like tanks with hides tough enough to shrug off brush and tusks, sharp enough to pierce through bone. Their explosive bursts of speed can go from stillness to a full charge in seconds, making every encounter high risk, high tension, and high stakes. The hunt began with silence, the kind that hangs heavy over early morning fields. The air cool, fog low, blanketing the ground like a veil. Every step crunched against damp soil, and in that silence, you start to hear what others don't. The rustle of undergrowth, the faint snapping of twigs, the low grunts carried on the breeze. Our dogs caught the first trace, noses low, weaving through narrow gullies that act as natural highways for boar's tide, shaded corridors carved by years of erosion and thick brush, perfect for concealment. That's the thing about wild boars, they know how to vanish. One moment they're there, the next they're ghosts. They hug the ground, blend into shadows, and move like whispers. Their strategy isn't always to flee, it's to observe, measure, and strike when least expected. Suddenly, movement. A group emerged, not panicked, but watching. That's boar behavior. They don't just run, they assess. One locked eyes with me, and I knew what was coming. It bolted left, zigzagging through low cover with impossible speed. Training took over. I waited for a clearing, lined up, exhaled, fired. First drop clean. Moments later, another charged not away, but toward. Tusks forward, dust flying. No time to think. Just breathe, aim, fire. Shot 2, mid-charge takedown. As we pressed deeper, a pattern emerged. Younger ones darted, but the larger males, the old warriors, stood their ground, circling back to protect the sounders. That territorial defiance is what makes them so dangerous. Near the riverbank, we saw him, the scarred veteran. Massive, hide marked with old wounds, one eye cloudy but sharp. He didn't run. He studied us, daring us to move first. Second stretched, he shifted slightly, and I took the shot. He dropped, but even then the dust from his hooves lingered, as if his spirit refused to leave. By the end, 50 shots confirmed. No misses, But don't mistake that for luck. It was preparation, patience, and an understanding of boar behavior. Because wild boars aren't mindless. They adapt, they learn, they solve problems. They evade traps, and they know terrain better than any tracker. And when cornered, they fight like warriors. Each encounter is instinct against instinct, strategy against survival. Ecological. Beyond the action lies the bigger truth. Boars are spreading across millions of acres from Texas to California, destroying crops, raiding livestock feed, damaging wetlands, and costing billions in damage. They disrupt ecosystems, outcompete native wildlife, and breed faster than control can keep up. That's why missions like this matter not as sport, but as management. For everyone taken down, more are waiting, breeding, and adapting. This isn't a war you win. It's a line you hold. And that's the reality Boar Shot brings you raw, unfiltered, and relentless.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.